First and foremost, if you were lucky enough to have been invited to interview with HBS, congratulations, kudos. They only invite about 20% of applicants, so it's a really high hurdle to cross. So I wanted to take a moment and share 3 must-do actions on your end before you actually head in for your HBS interview. Number 1, I want you to review your entire application. Remember, this is actually pretty unique in the world of business school interviews and admissions. HBS will have they will have scoured your entire written application ahead of the interview. They'll know how you responded to those 3 essay prompts. They'll know each of your online application questions. They will have read your letters of recommendation and your resume. So if they know all about that, you better know all of that very well. And even as you read it, know the details, the color, the extenuating circumstances. You have given them the black and white, but in your interview, you need to be prepared to talk about the color. Number 2, I want you, beyond that, I want you to take a step back and think about what are the 3 to 5 things about my candidacy that I really want HBS to know. The interesting thing, there's many interesting things, but one interesting thing about the HBS interview is that you're not really in control and yet. And what I mean by that is, as I said, the interviewer will have read your entire application. They're going to drive the conversation. They're going to ask the questions that they want to ask, but that does not mean you are powerless. If you can think about the 3 to 5 things about your candidacy that you want them to know, you're going to be that much more likely to insert and interject those stories or details or background into your interview, even if one of those is only going to be served up if and when they ask you something like, okay, in the last remaining minute of our interview, what else would you like to tell us? If you haven't thought about these things ahead of time, you're likely going to miss an opportunity to really underscore what is most valuable and special about your candidacy. The third thing, I really want you to practice. I always want you to practice before any interview. But again, the HBS interview is it's different. And you need to be that much more on your toes and being willing and able to express your views, your ideas, your experiences. You need to be succinct, to the point. So when I say practice, do it out loud. Practice with friends. Do a mock with us. Do 2 mocks with us. We are so fortunate to have Brooke and Laura on our team who both were interviewers for over a decade each with Harvard Business School. It's an incredible experience to do a mock interview with one of them. But even if you're not doing that, give some questions to friends. Give them your application and ask them, well, what would you ask me? And then practice your responses. Practice, 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 practice. This will not make you a robot in your interview. I don't want you to be a robot. What this will do is make sure that you are able to think quickly on your feet and to be flexible and fluent and fluid with the details so that you are focused on the content and not stumbling through your actual answer. So those are my 3 mission critical tips for you if you are interviewing with HBS. I will end this by saying, good luck. We are here for you. And do reach out to Gatehouse Admissions if we can help at all. We love interview prep. We love the HBS interview specifically, and we're here to help.